Welcome to It's Not About the Hair. My name is Valerie Fuentes. I am your host, and today I am with Rosie. Some of you guys might know her. She is just such an amazing inspiration. Rosie has accomplished so much at such a young age. And Rosie, I have to tell you that you inspire me. Your attitude about life and your energy all the time is so upbeat. I'm so thrilled to have you here today. So thank you for being here.
Thank you, Miss Valerie.
So Rosie, tell us a little bit about you. Let's get to know you first.
Okay.
How old are you? Where are you located? I want to know a little bit about you.
Okay, so I'm located in Chicago. I'm 9 years old, and I go to St. Clement's School.
Okay, perfect. And I know you started losing your hair at 2 years old, correct?
Yes, at 2.5, and it was like at first I didn't, notice it because I'm a 2-year-old. What else do I have to do than
Right.
watch Elmo? But as I got older, as I was like 4, I started noticing that my hair was coming out, and I started to get nervous. I'm like, oh no! I'm like, am I like losing my hair because of stress, or am I like, is it the shampoo I'm using? That's what my mom and dad thought, and honestly, I was aware of it because people were pointing and staring, and that did not make me feel good. So, yeah.
Okay. And so just to share a little bit about me, I have been losing my hair for half of my life. So I started losing my hair when I was 18. It's actually a little bit more than half of my life. But yeah, so I totally get that. I actually started losing my hair when I was in college, and that was really hard because I was the only person that was losing her hair in college. So I can totally relate. No, go ahead.
Oh, did you wear wigs, or did you just like be no hair, no?
No, so I wore a beanie. I wore a hat mostly the whole time. I've only been wearing hair for about 6 years now.
Wow.
But yeah, most of the time I just dealt with it with, headbands and hats and all that. But yeah, I can totally relate about, the looks, right?
Yes, and like the people just staring and yeah.
Right. So what do you do when that happens now?
So when that happens, I introduce myself, say hi. I say that I'm not contagious. I say it's not harmful to me or anyone else. And I start the conversation on a happy note instead of a sad note, like,
Right.
I know cancer or something like I hope that you are better. Because, I want people to be informed on what I have, because if they aren't, then that kind of makes me feel, if it makes sense, like a little uncomfortable, because like they don't know that I, like, a lot of them assume that I have something other than guess and ask, and then they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry you have cancer. So like I just like to tell people and inform, especially little kids, because they're the ones who are normally pointing and staring. And that's okay. They're just curious. To me, that's what I think. They're just curious. So it's the best way is just to smile, say hi, wave,
I love that. And so I know we just spoke, and so I know you have siblings. How do you feel around your siblings? Because that was the first thought I had, right? I have a little sister. And when this was happening to me, I felt so weird that it was happening to me and not to my sister. So how is your relationship with your siblings? And did you ever had thoughts about, why me, or what happened here?
So with my sister, her name is Caroline. With my sister, I feel kind of happy because she has, like, I'm happy I don't have hair and that I don't cover up, and like that's just my choice. Anyone else can choose, but I'm happy that I don't have hair personally, because once she got lice, and I was like in the corner laughing while she's like,
that is bad. I had lice at some point.
Yeah. And my sister is my best friend. I truly love her. And she's honestly, she's the best person you could ever ask to play with. She's so easy to play with. She's just amazing. And, I never really thought about, like, why me? I always thought of alopecia as a blessing, as a gift, because if I didn't have alopecia, I don't think I would have thought of Coming Up Rosies. And if I haven't thought of Coming Up Rosies, then we wouldn't have headscarves.
Oh my gosh.
It's all like a ripple effect.
Absolutely. And that's exactly how I feel. I call alopecia my superpower. It's also my greatest teacher. It really made me who I am. So I totally agree with you. So speaking of that, I want to ask you, what is the best part of having alopecia?
The best part of the best part of having alopecia for me is that I get to visit people and kids who look like me, and I get to tell them about my journey with alopecia, and they get to tell me about theirs. I have made so many friends who have alopecia, like I can't even tell you. And the funny thing is, when I was younger, I used to walk up to bald men who like shave their head for like a cool hairstyle or whatever. And I'm like, hey, we're the same. We look like each other. And in Starbucks, and my mom's like, we might not want to do that because like we don't know if that's offensive to them. I'm like, okay, I get it. But normally they were okay with it, and I don't think I've ever met anyone who was cranky without having hair. But sorry, I totally get it if you are like not confident, if some people are not confident by the way they look, because it's hard having alopecia sometimes. Like I get it. It's not the easiest to have people stare at you all day, like at school. So at school we got ashes for Ash Wednesday, and they couldn't touch your forehead and like give you a cross for your ashes. So they had to sprinkle it on our heads, and I had a pile of ashes all day. So people were staring at me. So there's some upsides and there's some downsides to having alopecia. Most of it for me is upsides, but
totally. And so when you're having a hard day, what do you do? Because I know like you have great energy, but I also know we have bad days sometimes. So what do you do when you have a bad day?
Yeah, I have bad days, quite often sometimes, because not all the time, but a little often, because we can't be perfect, no one's perfect. And I personally think what helps me is at school, when stuff happened and my parents weren't there, so our school has like a person you can talk to about your feelings. She's a therapist for the children who are sad or who are being bullied. So I go talk to her, and I normally like to draw or read.
Oh, perfect. I love to color. I don't draw. I'm not, I'm not good at drawing, but I love coloring. So I totally get that. I love coloring.
Is so, like, relaxing, like getting the lines and like I love coloring sheets, but then I also love to draw because it gives me time to be creative,
Yeah. So speaking of that, what do you do for fun? Like, what's your favorite thing to do for fun?
I have a lot of stuff I like to do. During the summer, I love to get outside, normally do chalk or play with my dad. So we catch a softball mitt. So like we catch softballs because I play softball, so I love doing that. And I really like to read, and I really like to draw. And then I love swim team. So that's fun, but I have never been to a meet before because we're always so busy, and I really want to go. But yeah.
Got it. So Rosie, you said earlier that it's your choice to not cover up.
Yes.
So you have never, and I don't see it as cover up, right? Like I see my hair as an accessory, just like wearing earrings or whatever. But have you ever tried hair at all?
No, I honestly haven't. And I really, this is my opinion, but I don't really want to, because I believe that's beautiful, and anyone.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, it is. And I really don't feel a need to cover up. And some people do, and I respect their choices 100%, because I know what it's like to be different. And I've read so many books on being different. Like Wonder is one of my favorite books. So there's so many different ways people have a perspective on alopecia. They can sometimes think it's bad. They can sometimes think it's good. There's so many different things, people think of alopecia. And I really believe that anyone should be happy about the way they look. Anyone deserves to be happy no matter what you do or where you come from. We all should be treated equally no matter what we look like.
Absolutely. And Rosie, what I love about you is that you're actually taking it next level by sharing your happiness with other kids. So can you tell us a little bit about that and what are you doing to share this with others?
Yes, so Coming Up Rosies is a charity where we give headscarves, neck scarves, and superhero capes to the bald kids who have cancer and alopecia. So, like we visit the Ronald McDonald. Well, we used to because of COVID. We can't. Like they won't
Right.
let us. But we like to visit the Ronald McDonald House and give them like activity kits, which we call a smile kit, which has a canvas, paints like a brochure, and then a sample headscarf or a neck scarf or whatever it is. And we give the kids a chance to paint like on their near their bed or whatever, because some kids are so sick like they can't leave their hospital room. So we give them an easy thing to do, paint, and we love to see everyone's designs. I've especially seen some really good talents. Like I've seen someone draw an elephant. Like, so you can draw or take a picture of something or make a collage or whatever, and we'll print it. We'll print it for you.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Thank you. And, you know, I just love helping other people feel confident because, you know, I don't really need to wear headscarves anymore just for me because, you know, like I've said so many times, I just love being bald, you know. I don't feel like I need to cover up, well, unless it's like really hot outside because I've been to Phoenix before. It did not turn out well for my head. I was bad.
I have burned my scalp really bad, so I totally hear you.
So bad. Like every 30 minutes I had to get out of the pool to like put sunscreen on, and loads of sunscreen.
Yeah.
I did like we spent over $100 on sunscreen in Phoenix. It was not good.
Wow. Yeah, no, I totally hear you. Because I live in Miami, that I have that problem a lot until I learn my lesson and never again.
Oh yeah. You know, honestly, you should take a vacation to Chicago. See how bad the weather's here. It's the
I
opposite.
know, but I love it. So I have never been to Chicago, but I do have really good friends there, and actually from also friends that have alopecia. So I would love to go there someday. Yeah, yeah, and I can totally relate to you because you said that you have met a lot of kids that also have alopecia, and that's the same thing that has happened to me when I started speaking about this. Is that I've met so many women all over the world that have become my best friends, and we share this superpower, I call it. So it's so great, it's so much fun.
And if you look hard enough, you can find bald people. Like they're not
Totally.
hair. Like I have seen Burberry models that are bald, and I'm like, woo!
Yes.
Because you know we need different people. You're not going to see everyone who's perfect. You might see someone with no legs. You might see someone in a wheelchair. You might see someone with no hair. And you know, sometimes people have just got to accept that.
Yeah. So is anybody that you look up to?
I look up to Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Well,
Yay, I love that.
I know, Notorious RBG. I was so sad when she died because I wanted to be her. And you know, I want to be Supreme Court Justice when I grow up. So I thank you. So I really, 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 really look up to Ruth Bader Ginsburg as my inspiration because she is totally a powerhouse. And I don't know, there's just something about her that makes her notorious, a lady boss. There's so many different things. So I think she's a great example for anyone.
Absolutely, she's definitely a lady boss, and so are you. So I have no doubt that you will get there, and we'll be watching. So I will support you on all of that. That's awesome. Okay, so tell me about, I know your mom wrote a book about you.
Yeah, so it's called My Hair Went on Vacation because when I was little, I saw my mom worried about my hair loss because at first we didn't know what it was. Before the doctor diagnosed me, I was like, don't worry, Mom, my hair's just on vacation. And my mom describes it as someone slapped her with a dead fish. She's like, why should I be sad if, like, after I got diagnosed with alopecia, she's like, why should I be sad if I know what my daughter has, it's not harmful, and, you know, we should just be happy. So I personally think that this book is a great tool to use for littler kids who do not understand alopecia as well, because I can't walk up to a little kid and be like, hey, I have an autoimmune disease that makes your hair fall out called alopecia. Right. So like I have to break it down into little bits and pieces for them with that book. And at my school, I've read it to like all the pre-Kers, preschoolers there at my school, because it informs them. If like they see me in the hallways, they don't point or stare. And it just, this book that my mom wrote truly is incredible. And I'm so happy that I get to be on your show. And I'm so happy that it actually got published, because if it didn't, like, it'd still be okay. But I'm just so happy that I can help other children by giving them a book.
Oh my God, absolutely. And I'll be sharing a book. Like honestly, that is what motivates me, is to change the future for the generations that are coming after us, so they don't have to hopefully go through this, right? So I want my children to grow up in an environment where they don't feel different. And so that's why I will never stop doing what I do. And I'm sure like you feel the same way of, let's keep going with us until we no longer have to feel different.
Yeah. And and we'll send you a copy of our book. Like, we have so many books, we'll send you one. And I was going to say, this book not only helps me some days when I'm sad, but it helps my sister, my mom, my dad. It helps anyone who's feeling sad. And even my dog sometimes, like when I'm reading a book, like on a Zoom or something, he'll sit like right next to me, staring up at me, watching me read the book. I'm like, do you understand me? But, I'm just excited that our book has become a tool for other kids who are having troubles, understanding alopecia. And, our book is really for anyone who wants one. And, it's just to spread happiness to other people without me actually being there.
Absolutely. And it is absolutely for everyone. I think that sharing about alopecia opens the door for other people to share about themselves too, right? So like that happens to me when I started talking about my alopecia. People started coming to me with, oh my gosh, I also had this during college and I've been suffering about this. And it wasn't alopecia, but people tend to hide whatever they're going through. And by us being open about it, then we give others the opportunity to share about what they're going through. So yeah, I love that. Yeah. Totally love that. So tell me about the pandemic. I have to ask you, because I imagine being a child through the pandemic has to be wild. What do you do? Has your life changed at all? Yeah.
It has changed. There has been a lot of family time. Like, I know you can never get too much family time, but like sometimes you need a little personal space. Yeah. And that certainly didn't happen during COVID, so yippee. But I enjoyed having the family time. And my dog really got cooped up inside the house. Like, we took him for endless walks because he had a few issues. We've had him going potty in the house a few times. He got so cooped up because we were in the house for goodness knows how many months. Yeah. I don't even know. Forever it felt like. And, oh, what? My mom. Oh, never mind. But what I was gonna say. Oh yes. So COVID has really been a time for my family to, look at our blessings and sit down all together. Just take a big pause in life and to notice that nothing is perfect, and COVID was just like, I don't know, it felt like something that my whole family we were all going through together, and we were all in this together, and we still are. So there's like our whole community, our whole community is working together to get through COVID, get over the hard stuff, and
Is there anything you're looking forward to when the pandemic is over? Any place you want to visit, like anything that you want to do that you can't do right now?
I really want to see my grandma and grandpa in California because I have not gotten to see them in over a year. And that, like, we normally visit them like once or twice a year. So this spring we are jetting out there once they get the vaccine. So they both got the vaccine, which is good.
They did. That's perfect.
Yeah, we're flying out there for Easter, so we're super excited. But we're still gonna have to wear masks, of course, to keep us safe.
Right.
You know, once everyone's fully vaccinated, the masks are going away. We're all safe, so yay!
Yes.
But from now on, we just gotta hang in there.
Totally. And so I have 3 grandparents that are still alive. They're 83, 84, and 86. And I haven't seen my grandparents since November of 2019 because of the same reasons. And what's that? What did you say? I'm
same
sorry.
With us.
I know, it's crazy.
Oh, same. We did the same. We haven't gotten to see them in so long. It has been literally, it felt like over a year. That's how long we haven't seen them. And they have even moved like last time we saw them, they were in their old house. Now they're fully settled in their new house, which is just like to show you how long we haven't seen them.
I know. So, I totally feel the same way. I'm dying to see my grandma. So that's and I actually take care of myself more just with the thought of being ready for when I get to see them again. Because I want to see them and I don't want to put them at risk and I want to make sure that I'm safe so they're safe. Totally.
Yeah.
Rosie, so I want to know, please, so this is gonna be a weird question. But what do you look forward to the most in your future? Like, I know you are looking forward to be on the Supreme Court, but is there anything else about like what do you want to be when you grow up? Do you want to have a family? Like, what do you look forward to the most?
Well, I don't know. I guess I want to be fully educated. I want to go to college. I want to go to Harvard, but even if I can get in, I have to get good scores first.
Yeah, you do.
I've been doing pretty good so far, so we'll see. And you know, I'm just excited for having a successful life, and you know, yeah. I don't know.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's big plans. So that's gonna do it. Yeah, that's amazing. I love the fact that you're thinking big, right? Like you get to do whatever you want with your life. So if it's Harvard, then Harvard it is. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and if it's not, that's oh yeah.
No. And you were saying that's A-okay too, right? Yeah, I get that.
That's okay. If it's not okay, there's so many other law schools I could go to, so many other colleges, and I just gotta accept that.
Absolutely. So is there anything that you want to share with all your children that might be watching this that also have alopecia?
Yeah, so I have some advice.
Okay.
If someone is giving you a hard time at school, I like to call it kill them with kindness. Don't actually be mean to them, but actually be the opposite. Be nice to them. And I sort of call it killing them with kindness because we're not physically killing them, but mentally we're making them be like, oh, well, if they're being kind to me, then I'm not annoying them and I'm going to go bother someone else or bully someone else because I don't make them cry or be sad when I say rude stuff to them about the way they look. So I'm going to walk away and I'm going to do something else. And that's just one of the best ways. I have so many different ways to, be confident when it comes to bullies. Because, for kids who look different, that's a real big problem. A lot of people point and stare and a lot of people make rude comments, especially for me. And I just got to move on because little people who are bullying me and who are immature, that lets me know that we don't know what they're going through. We just have to pray for them because we don't know what tough time they're having, and probably it could come from anger, sadness. We don't know. We just gotta keep keep on keeping on.
Yes, I totally agree. I think that actually that has been one of the biggest lessons that I learned with alopecia is like we don't know what other people are going through because I kept it silence for so many years. And now I'm like you said, I'm more kind to other people. I'm compassionate, I'm open, I'm understanding. But I don't think that would have happened if I didn't go through this. So I totally get that. Well, Rosie, thank you so much. It was so fun talking to you. I can't wait to see what you're going to create because I just see that you have a bright future ahead of you. I can't wait to see you on the Supreme Court. I'll send you a note. I will say, hey, remember I interviewed you when you were 9 years old? Yes, I will. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And everybody, I will see you on our next interview. Bye.